Hello there, teachers. I wanted to give you an update on an old tool that has kind of had a makeover and is working really well with classrooms. I've been using it for grading assignments where a rubric really comes into play. And to get started, you have to have a few things set up. So the documents or the add-ons are called Doctupus and Goobric. So to use them, what you need to have is a classroom assignment created that has a document that you're going to have students turn in, and a rubric that you set up ahead of time that you can attach to that you're going to use for grading. So in this assignment, you can see I have attached a rubric that I share with the students so they can see how they're going to be graded. That rubric has the default layout that Goobric can use. So basically across the top you put your number values for your rubric, and down the side you put your titles and then your different explainers of the rubric there. Leave that first cell blank. So you can set up a simple rubric like this. You could use a tool like Rubistar to get you started or give you some ideas on the wording and things like that, but each one's usually fairly custom. So once you have a rubric set up, the other thing, and you have your assignment and classroom set up, the next thing you need to do is over in your drive, click on New and make a new spreadsheet. So I've done that here, and in that spreadsheet I usually name it what the assignment is so that it matches, but here I've just named it Doctopus tutorial. And then I need to go and get the add-on. Now I've already got mine installed, yours won't be here, but you just come down to get add-ons and then you search for Doctopus, and it should show up right there. It will say plus free if you don't have it, and so you just click on that and it will add it to your add-ons for spreadsheets, and so it'll be there in the future. You don't have to add it every time. All right, once it's added and you've got your rubric created, then all you come down and do and launch Goobric. This will get things set up for you. It does take a second to kind of spin and analyze your document and search through your classroom. Here's their initial setup screen. It talks about setting it up with Classroom. So that's the mode I'm going to choose here. I want to ingest a Google Classroom assignment, so it'll bring all that information in. So I just click on that and it will take a moment and go out and pull in all the information, the students who've submitted it and the assignment and information. So now it's got that connection to my classroom. Now it's looking at all the stuff in my classroom, so I have to say, well, which class do I want to use? And I've got a few classes that I've been setting up and using and collaborating with. I'm going to pick my current class here. Now it knows that's the class I want, and so next I have to select the actual assignment. So I have several assignments that I've created in there. It has to be an assignment, can't be an announcement, and it's the vocabulary introduction to the web. So I select that and it's going to go now and pull in every student's information on that. Alright, you can see it says it found 15 assignments that have been turned in, 2 that aren't turned in yet, and so you can tell it to ingest files that are just turned in or all of them. So I'm going to go ahead and say ingest all the files, both turned in and not turned in. It'll bring those student names in, and it's easy to go in and update, run a refresh on that. So if you're grading before all students have turned things in, you can have a refresh and pull in the new assignments as well. So after a few seconds, it pulls in all of those assignments, student names, a bunch of information that you don't necessarily have to have here, and links to the files and the status of it. At that point, you can here's where you would do the refresh in the future if you're looking for additional things. But the main thing we're going to talk about is now you can add that rubric to this assignment. So I'm going to click on Attach Rubric, and it's going to open up a window where I can then select the title of the rubric I have. It's helpful to put your rubrics in a place that makes sense. It does look for ones you've recently used, so it does make it easy, but you can always go to your drive and find it if you put them all in a folder. If it's one you've recently used, I'm just going to go here, and you have a few choices. Make a rubric viewable for the students, allow peer editing, so that's an option you can have, and send notifications to the students. In this case, I'm going to unselect those two. I just want to make it viewable to everyone so the students can see that, which I've already done in the assignment. I'm going to attach that to the rubric, or to the Doctopus assignment. And when it's all done, you'll see it added another tab here at the bottom that gives you your rubric score stuff. So it keeps track of every time you grade things, and it's attached all that information in here. So it seems like a little bit to set up, but I'm going to show you here how it works. I'm going to make that another video, so to break things up a little bit, but this is the setup. Follow along on these instructions to get your Doctupus and Goobric set up, and then we'll go through the next tutorial, which will say how you use it all.